hello everybody, and welcome to Whatever Floats Your Boat. So as you can see, I've just come out of the shower, and I just wanted to talk about a little bit what's going on this week, which wasn't much because it's only Monday, but like in general. So what happened is I started a new job, a new editing job, and it's great. It's really going great. But I am constantly shattered. I'm so tired all the time. I'm really literally could just lie down on the keyboard now and just fall asleep. But it's great because I get to work with the English language, and I get to, meet new people, and yeah, and I kind of have a reason to get up in the morning, which is a good thing, actually. Yeah, what else? Oh yes, the world is coming to a close, I think. I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like whenever I look at any country pretty much, I really just want to pull my hair out because it's so pathetic and it's embarrassing and it's so sad. Of course, there's a lot going on at the moment, and far too much that I would, like to share all of it, and I don't know everything of it either. But yeah, so what is going on in the United States at the moment, I don't know. I just know that I'm really proud of the Americans after having been really disappointed with them for electing this moron. But they have been really keeping up their protests and their demonstrations, which I think is great. So good job, keep doing this. And also the great judges of these of the various states that actually obstructed his travel bans and actually stood up for immigrants and for the Constitution. So that is great. And I just think it's really, the other day I just remarked how incredibly funny this all is if you forget for a moment what a tragedy it actually is. It's really, it is a comedy because it's so tragic. I think there was this really short period of time where everyone thought that Donald Trump would actually, not be as stupid as he was in his campaign. And we were sorely disappointed, because he is probably getting dumber by the second. I don't know. He hasn't stopped tweeting. He hasn't stopped being a misogynist and a racist and a bigot and a white supremacist. But I think that many people have actually gone off the Donald Trump train, and I think that's a great thing. But the problem is now he is institutionalized, and he is, he's not institutionalized, but he's he is the institution. And so there is not really a going back from that. And you can see it now with the tension with North Korea, that this is really dangerous stuff that he's doing there. And we can just hope that whenever North Korea decides to set loose their own idiot, that someone who actually knows something about politics and diplomacy is going to be in charge. But, well, we'll see, because I have the feeling that every day there is a new ascension of a complete moron within the political world. You've seen it in the Netherlands. That was very close. French elections, and well, Britain, not to mention, complete idiots in that aspect. I mean, if I have to see Nigel Farage one more day, I'm really going to punch his face, because and to be honest, don't we all agree that he kind of looks as if someone has already punched him several times? I mean, is that natural? Because if it was, and if I were him, I would definitely stop believing in God or be really, really angry with him, because it doesn't look natural. It really looks like a really sucker punch face. It's just one of the most horrible faces, and I'm including Donald Trump here. I mean, if you can even get the title of most terrible and punchable face in the world, and if there's Donald Trump around, then you really have a terrible face. So that's that. And of course, there's Theresa May. I don't know. She's not really anyone. I have the feeling she's just like a stand-in person. She doesn't really represent anything for me. except for I don't know, need to go through with this Brexit shit. But yeah, we'll see what they will have from it, and I just really hope that Scotland's going to go independent. So because that would be so good for them, and I think it would be great for Scotland, and it would be great for me because I could move to Scotland and be in Britain but still be in the EU. So that would be great. So go for it, Scotland. And yeah, what else has happened this week? Not much really. I did some shopping. I bought some presents for my lovely proteges that I nannied for. I bought some Lego, which is, I think, a good thing. It's a little boy. So I had this moment when I was in Toys R Us and I was like, holy crap, I really hope I'm just going to have daughters and not a son, because I have no fucking clue what to buy. Like, really, I saw like a million of things that I would have bought if he was a girl, like beautiful things where I was oohing and ahhing in front of them. I was like, oh, this is so sweet and it's so cute and I would love to buy it, but he's a boy, he's not going to like it. And so yeah, but my man has assured me that boys like Lego, so we'll see how that works. And yeah, so that was a really funny thing. And yeah, there's some things to rant about as well. I'm now like a member of the working society, which is very bizarre, and I'm not entirely sure I like it. Well, I do like it, but I have, I think, never been so unflexible in my life in terms of that. I've always studied, so you have like courses here and there and everywhere, and you can quit and you can not go and things. And then I worked part-time as a teacher, which was quite flexible as well. And then I did nannying, which was not flexible at all, but at least I could structure my own day. So that was that. But anyway, I'm a member of the working society now, and I have to get to work, and my work is not, my work is not in Innsbruck, so it is like a 5-minute train ride from Innsbruck, and that is the first point to rant about. I know most people would be like, you have a 5-minute commute, don't complain, you stupid cow. But I just feel like, I board the train and I want to sit down and I want to look at the scenery and I want to look at the landscape and I want to look at, and I just want to calm down and eat my breakfast that I probably brought on the train. And I just can't, because in 5 minutes I have to get off again. And I'm like, I don't want to commute for an hour, but it would be nice to be like at least 15 minutes, because 5 minutes really sucks. It's like, it's too long to walk or to go by bike. And but it's just not really, you cannot enjoy the commute. And the great thing is, because I'm traveling out, so I'm traveling out of the city, I'm commuting out of the city, which means that I actually get a place to sit. It's not like that I have to stay crammed with 1,000 people in the compartment because I'm traveling into the city, but it's the other way around. So that's great. But as I said, for that purpose, it would be nice to just sit down. But it's really first world problems again here. And yeah, what else? People in trains really suck, because, or generally in trains and around trains. I don't know why. Couple of scenarios. So first of all, in Austria, people don't queue. It's not like in Britain where everything was nice and neat and orderly. But when you want to exit the train, doors open, and the first thing you see is just a front of people. There's like a line of people blocking the way. You cannot get out because they want to get in, but first you have to get out. But they don't understand that. And even if you say in a very harsh tone, buggers fuck off, I need to get off, they probably open up an inch or a little bit more to let through like one person at a time. So instead of just making like some space and letting people just get out like 10 at a time, they just open a little bit so that one person at a time can go out, which takes, of course, much longer for the train to empty, and they actually need longer to get on the train. But no, they want to be the first ones to get in, and so they don't want to just step aside. And I think it's really annoying because it's so impolite, and you know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is that the people who actually block the train, they're not teenagers or children, they're like old people, the people that normally complain first when you do that. They're like, oh, you have to let the old people get out. And then they're like the first people who stand there with their crutches and their sticks and whatnot, and they just don't move an inch to let you get by, and it's so annoying. And I just hate that because it really makes me aggressive. And I hate it when I'm already aggressive in the morning. That's why I hate commuting to work, because then you already are aggressive. So what happened, I live like 10 minutes away from the train station. And I usually took the tram and I went to the train station, but I don't do that anymore. I just leave the house 10 minutes earlier and I walk to the train station, because just being on the tram with 1,000 students who don't understand that if there are 5,000 people in the tram and they listen to music loudly, the tension gets so tangible that you just cannot bear it anymore. So I've just changed to walking, which is good, but still, I still have the train ride. I cannot omit that, so that's bad. The second thing is, in the station, in one of the stations, there is like it's generally not allowed to smoke. You just can't do that. And with Austria, you have to know, Austria is called the ashtray of Europe. And it's true because they're stupid. They're the only country who have not managed to really come up with any good smoking regulations. You can still smoke in bars and in restaurants in separated areas, and just people just don't care. And I generally am of the opinion that smokers are per se more disrespectful people, because smoking for me is like the most disrespectful thing you can do, because you just cannot do it on your own or just for yourself, because you always kind of affect other people, unless you do it alone in a hole, which hardly anyone does. So there is really this huge sign that says smoking is not permitted. And every day I come on the station, there's at least one person smoking, and they don't give a shit whether they're allowed to do it. Even if the security guy comes by, who, by the way, doesn't say anything, they just don't care. But you know what the really most terrible part about this is? And it's so typically Austria, because Austrians don't like conflict. That's why they're permanently overrun by other countries. Because they're always like, I want my life to be comfortable. I don't want there to be conflict. I don't want it to be difficult. So that's why I just accept everything, even if it really gnaws inside me and, it gnaws me up inside. And the thing is, there's this sign saying smoking is not permitted, but underneath is an ashtray. I mean, just picture this. This is really stupid, isn't it? To say there's a sign, you are not allowed to smoke, but we're still going to put an ashtray there for you, which is completely stupid. It's completely inconsequent. And inconsistent with all of the, it's just stupid. And it's typically Austrian. It's just like a pseudo solution. Oh, people might, be disturbed by smokers. That's why we put up the sign. But actually, we couldn't care less. And so yeah. So I always have to inhale the smoke, and then I'm really angry. And I always want to go up to the people and say, are you just stupid to read the sign, or do you just not care, or what? But then I'm scared to do that. I don't know even why. So yeah, that's like my very important problems that everyone knows, and that really are the center of my world. No, of course not. So yeah, as I said, first of all, problems, and definitely don't take me too seriously on this, but it's just a couple of things that I really wanted to rant about, because I just think, of course, you don't have to abide every law, like just, without thinking and mindlessly and whatever. But it's just really, bold, I think, to stand beside the smoking is not permitted sign and just smoke without any sorrow in the world. Yeah, well, anyway, so that was the rant for today. I'm not going to start on people only eating salad for lunch. This is going to be something for next week, because that will take another 50 minutes probably to rant about. All right, then. I wish you a great evening. I'm going to have a great evening. Probably I'm just going to drop into bed and sleep. And yeah, I'll see you soon.